Hi there, my name is David Breslow, and I have something I'd love for you to see. I call it the 10 Bs. It's really the 10 ways of being that they didn't teach you in school. I think if you take a look at these 10 ways of being, then you can apply these things. Everything in here you're going to see here today, you can actually do. There's nothing vague. There's nothing theoretical. These are the 10 ways of being they did not teach you in school. So here we go. Be number one, be awake. What does that mean? Well, most of us are walking around this planet, what I call being asleep. And what that really means is we're thinking, feeling, doing, and saying pretty much the same things and reacting the same way, virtually out of habit. But be awake. When you are awake, everything changes in your world. The juice of life happens when you are awake. So number one, be awake. Number two, be an energy builder. You remember those cartoons where the cartoon character would used to get shot by a shotgun full of bullet holes, and they would drink water like this, and the water would just leak out of their bullet holes? Well, believe it or not, human beings are pretty much the same way. We are leaking energy all the time, and we don't realize it. We leak energy by being anxious, by being frustrated, by worrying about the future, worrying about the past, all sorts of ways we leak energy. So be an energy builder. Start holding on to your energy so that you become stronger and stronger. Look for ways that you're leaking energy every day, and you will start to build it automatically. So be an energy builder. That's B number two. B number three, be a conscious creator. You know, many of us know or read self-help books and things like that, and we are told that we create our own world, and it's actually true. The problem is most of us don't know how we're actually doing that. So B number three, we don't learn this in school. We get told about it, but we don't actually learn how it works. But I'm just telling you right now, B number three is be a conscious creator. You literally are creating the things that are going on in your world, and you're creating what's not happening in your world. Both sides. So be a conscious creator. Look around, see what it is you're actually creating in your world. Notes, take a look, be aware. Be number one, be awake. All of these B's are linked up to each other. If you do one, you'll start to do it. So be a conscious creator in your world. B number four, be an allower. Does this mean being a doormat? No. Look at the matador. The matador allows the bull to move in the direction that the bull is moving. So be an allower in your world. Look at how many times you're resisting reality. Look at how often you resist other people. Look at how often you seek to be offended by other people. This happens many, many times throughout the day to many people. We look at things or hear things, and all of a sudden we're offended by what somebody said or what they did. Be an allower. Let people be, especially yourself. Let yourself be. Stop with the judgments. Allow what's happening to happen. The things you can change, step in and try to change them. But for the most part, most of those things, the way we judge people, the way we criticize people, including ourselves, just be an allower. This is something you can consciously choose to do every single day. B number five, be a great interpreter. They didn't show me how to do this in school, I know that. Be a great interpreter. What does this mean? This means that along with B number one and B number two, where you're awake and leaking energy, B number five really means you get to choose your interpretations of how you see things. We are constantly evaluating things every day, aren't we? I like this, I don't like that. I like her, I like what they said, I don't like that, I don't like this theory, I don't like that belief, so on and so forth. We are constantly evaluating. Interpreter, because you actually have the choice to choose how you want to interpret something. If you normally interpret things in a negative way, in a very dangerous way, in a way which causes you to attack other people or start talking about them in a bad way, be a better interpreter. You don't have to interpret the way you always did. It's one of the most interesting things I see with the people that I work with. Excuse me, they think their interpretations are fixed. I've always thought this way, Dave. That's what they say. You don't have to think that way. You don't have to interpret things the way you've always interpreted them. Take a look today. Look at how often you're interpreting what's going on in your world, and look at how often you can now alter that interpretation in the blink of an eye. Be number 6. Be a word player. Talk to yourself. How do you talk about yourself? How do you talk about yourself to other people? Do you talk negatively about yourself? Do you downplay yourself? Do you make yourself feel small? Do you weaken yourself? Look, this is an interesting quote. The tongue has no bones, but it's strong enough to break a heart. So be careful with your words. Be careful with your words to yourself. Be careful with your words to other people. Words can be hurtful. You know it. You've probably been hurt by other people's words. Can you imagine that other people are also hurt by your words? So be a word player. Pay attention to the words you're using. Pay attention to how you talk about yourself to other people. Pay attention how you talk to yourself, especially when things don't go the way you want them. Do you say, I'm no good? Do you say, I'm a loser? Do you say, I don't deserve this? Be careful of those words. Those words are constantly creating. Be number 7. Be imaginative. Look, your imagination is probably the strongest and most important tool that you have in your toolkit. The imagination. The ability of human beings to use their imagination is astounding. Look at all the things that have happened over the course of humanity. Look at all the things that have been created over time. All that came from somebody's imagination. You have the same imagination that anybody else does. Anybody who you think is famous or popular or you admire, they don't have any better ability to imagine a wonderful future than you do. Use your imagination. Tap into it. That's B number 7. Number 8, be honest. Be honest. Everything happens once you're honest with yourself. Take a look in the mirror. Be honest. You know, normally I teach laws. I teach 7 laws of human potential. And there's a pre-law, and the pre-law is this. The more honest you are with yourself, the quicker you get what you want. What that really means is what you're willing to see about yourself, you can change. What you're not willing to see, you can never change. Look at how long you might have been holding on to something that you just weren't willing to be honest about. And look at how often it has become a weakness for you or a disturbance in your life. So be number 8. Be willing to be honest with yourself. Be number 9. Be loving. Be loving to other people. There's a real simple question you can ask yourself in every situation. And it is this: what would love do now? Wow, powerful question. No matter what is going on in your world, if conflict is starting to happen, if you're starting to argue with a mate or your children or other people at work or friends or anything like that, just stop for a second. What would love do now? You'll be astounded at the answer. And then when you get the answer, go with it. Be number 10. This one's a little bit controversial, but be selfish. I love me. What does that really mean? What that really means is, and the message I want to get to you is, unless you love yourself, unless you are in the best shape you can be in mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, if you're in great shape in all those areas, you can be the best for everybody around you. Why be exhausted? Why be pulled in so many different directions and blaming other people for it? Be selfish. Take care of yourself. Because when you're in the best of your shape, you are in position to give your best to the rest of the world. And isn't that what we really want? We want you giving your best to the rest of the world. So those are the 10. Just be. Just be. You are an evolving butterfly. Everybody is. You're evolving every day. You have life experiences. You're learning things. You're stretching. You're evolving every day. Every single day. So I hope you enjoyed these 10 Bs that we really didn't learn in school. And you're welcome to check back here again. Take a look at the video. Take a look at it. Listen to what I'm saying. And see how this is relevant to you in your day. Dave Breslow, thank you so much for being here. Take care.